Namaste programs, welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator, Denmark Bush Trip Leg 3 from EKOD, which is Hans Christian Andersen Airport, to EKEB, which is Esbjerg. Let's go to Esbjerg, shall we? We've got enough fuel, I think. Let's just get going. We basically need to be going the opposite direction to where we are right now. So we'll do that. We'll head out a bit and then casually come back around to the airport and then start our clock then. Let's go. Let's get up there. Up in the air I fly. Zoom, 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 zoom. Let's head this way just a fair bit. Give us enough space to turn around. Enjoy the beautiful scenery while we're here. That's probably enough. What a nice happy little turn. We're back over the runway and we want 249. I'm going to do it properly for once. We're going to go to the middle of the runway. We're going to start our clock there. Although we won't be at the right speed yet. So we'll want to be just a little bit higher than this. There we go, that'll do. Let's start our clock. Heading to Murud. We want 249, 224. After once again taking to the sky, head southwest to Murud, a city surrounded by lush forests and fields. I'm not seeing that many forests. Plenty of fields, though. Well, you know, hopefully Murud is down here somewhere. Hello, Murud. Is this Murud just here? Little church, as always. Not spotting any football fields, but I'm sure there is one. They could use one of the local farm fields, surely. Where there's a will and something to kick, there's a way. Alright, I think that'll do. About 2,000 is probably good enough. Get down to our trim and power settings. One minute done, 1 minute to go. Goodbye, Hans Christian Andersen Airport. I love you. And Odense. That was Odense, right? I don't quite remember. I think it was. Hello, lush forests. Hello, fields. And sea. Hello, everyone, really. Get back on course. Too much looking around. Maybe this is Murud here, little town. I suppose you could say it's surrounded by forests. Yeah, fair enough. I'll allow it. They're not gigantic forests, but they are forests, so, you know. It adds up. Alright, should be turning fairly soon, I would think. Hello, Murud. There we go. Yeah. 279. For 7 minutes 42. Nice casual little turn here. Now, children, stop your snickering, but we're heading to Middelfart. 15.9 nautical miles to the west lies Middelfart, a city located on the narrowest part of the Little Belt, the strait between the Jutland Peninsula and the island of Funen. Middelfart? Lol! I wonder what fart means in Danish. Look at the colours here. What's going on? It's just little hills and mounds and weird colours. Some of it I think might be real. Some of it might just be weird algorithm artifacts going nuts. We love all of that. We love all of that. Again, there's something about the way the terrain undulates here that's sort of messing with my eyes. I feel like, you know, I feel like this is a huge mountain almost. It's in front of me, when in fact it's just huge flat plains as far as the eye can see. It's an optical illusion, I guess. Maybe it's just the camera angle I've got it at that isn't helping that much. Look at these collars. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Amazing. Really amazing. Might actually go and being a bit fast right now. There we go. Oh, it's because we were slightly plummeting. Just a mere plummet. Little town down here, look at that, isn't it cute? Little main street, little offshoot streets, bit of a mall, bit of a shopping centre. What's this down here? More spider cobweb fields. Maybe it's frosty. Maybe when that was photo taken was frosty or something. Maybe it's cotton or something like that. I don't know. I don't know. You don't know. No one knows except the farmer and the people who know. Another beautiful little town there. So we're halfway to Middelfart. We're in the middle section of the trip to Middelfart. Jutland Peninsula. So is that this bit here, maybe? Because that's a peninsula. And then there's an island of Funen. I don't know what that is. Is that supposed to be something I recognize? Writer of this bush trip? You'll have to assume I know nothing. I get all my information from your instructions. So I'll drop down a bit. Don't really need to be at 3,000 feet. 2 would be plenty. I want to be able to see the little towns, you know? My apologies if there's any kind of wind noise on the microphone. There shouldn't be. It should get filtered out, but I've had to open my window. Normally I do these things with my windows closed to reduce the amount of noise, but it is stinking hot, and the only breeze is coming in from the window, so I would probably pass out from heat exhaustion. There's a word I can't say if I didn't. So my apologies if you can hear some people screaming out the window, which happens sometimes, or the local church bells, or a bit of the wind. Probably can't hear it over the engine noise anyway, but I apologise anyway. I'm just sorry, okay? I'm just sorry for whatever is possibly ailing you. I hope I can fix it for the next time. I hope it's better for you in the next video. Another little bridge over there, that looks cool. So this must be Middelfart. We're about a minute and a half from the next turn. I guess that little island here is Funen. And that's not an island, that's another peninsula. Nice looking town in a little bend in the, well, it's not really a river, the sea here, I guess. Cool bridge. Built windmills. We now need to find our football stadiums and churches, otherwise, you know, all hell might break loose. I can't see a single church, really. We found the atheist section of Denmark. I don't see any football fields either. These people are living in the future. Oh well, no, there's some football fields right in front of me. Right in front of me. Well, football before God here. Nah, there's a church. There's a church over on the river. There we go. All is well. Apocalypse averted. What's that over there? Some kind of castle maybe, you know, with some hunting grounds. Or maybe walking grounds. Who knows? Oh, another bridge has suddenly popped in. Bridges everywhere. This new pop-in value for constructed items is a little bit weird. It wasn't like that before. There was a bit of pop-in, but not this much. And this is on ultra settings, so I guess in order to improve performance, they've done something there. I believe the next update they've rejigged the engine significantly so that there will be much greater performance gains. So maybe they'll be able to revert some of this pop-in stuff as well. Well, that'd be cool. So I think, without knowing it, because I'm just following blindly the purple line, we are now on 264. Yes. So we're done with Middelfart. We can stop snickering, children. 264 for 4 minutes 7 seconds. Colding. You'll shortly reach the industrial city of Colding, known for its shipbuilding factories. Will we see some ships being built? Probably not, unless they were viewable from the air when they took the aerial photographies. And the algorithm hasn't somehow murdered them into some other thing. Look at that island, it's beautiful. Everything's beautiful. The earth is beautiful, let's not kid ourselves. It's all effing beautiful. Extraordinary. Okay, so that must be Colding there at the end of this little inlet. That is its real name. About 2.5 minutes away. more field. Look at these fields. Gigantic fields. Love them. All these little houses, these little farmhouses just in the middle of all this greenery. It must be lovely to live on a farm. Probably hard work. It's definitely hard work. But, you know, there must be a sense of living amongst nature, you know. What's that down there? Look at this. A kind of seaside mansion or something like that. You know, like in Australia that would be a governor's residence or something. Ah yes, look, here is shipbuilding docks. Coding. Big town, big town. So, we do our traditional scan for some football fields. Anything interesting other than that? And churches. Not seeing any of them. Yet again. There is a church right there in the middle of town. There it is, just above my wings now. All is good there, but maybe Colding doesn't believe in football or sport of any kind. Too busy building ships. We'll be out of town then. See nothing. Alright, we're turning anyway, so... Last, we did not find... Oh, here's some football fields. There we go. We found FC Fort Colding. We're going to Ribe. 250 for 12 minutes and 7 seconds. 25 nautical miles farther brings you to Ribe, the oldest city in both Denmark and all of Scandinavia. Well, it better have white hair then. Yeah, I love these little rest stops at the side of highways there. That must definitely one. Look at all the trucks parked there on that one. Trucks parked galore. Man, truck stop central. What a pretty large farmhouse. I mean, it's been algorithmed in as a house, but I'm sure they're barns and silos and things. Jimmy Barnes. Got a runway there on just to our sort of 11 o'clock. It is. Yeah, it's on our little, on this screen. You can just see it there. It must be this one. EKVD. Excellent. Excellent. But that's not where we're headed. But we could land there if we needed to. If we were facing some kind of emergency or something. Always good to keep an eye out for where the other airports are on your trip, and golf courses and big large fields that will probably suffice. That would certainly suffice for a landing. So would that. So would that maybe. Another big town here. It's like mostly industrial. Like we're in a headwind because we're low, even though we're now at full power. We'll go to full power and try and go as fast as we can. You can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread man. Well, look at all that parking. Is that for the airport? It is. Must be a pretty big airport then. Weird. And you've got all of these huge factories or warehouses or something. Maybe some football fields there. Algorithm hasn't decided to chuck in a church anywhere that I can see. Possibly. Just not seeing it. It's pretty chill, this, isn't it? Floating along above this incredibly flat country. Huge difference from the last bush trips we were doing, where it was all mountains and landing on ridiculously small and possibly badly represented runways. Don't know if the terrain data, which one was it, the La Cour de la Salette or whatever. Had a few people commenting on my video that they don't know how I did it, basically, and they've taken plenty of cracks at it. I don't know how I did it either. I didn't even have to redo the thing. I went around 2 or 3 times from memory, but just managed to land it on the third one. But how I didn't crash it, I will never know. Pure luck, I think. But I also don't think that's set up properly. Either there's something wrong with the terrain data, or more likely the plane we were in was way too big and fast for a tiny little runway like that. You need much smaller planes. This one would have been okay for it, I think. Anyway, who knows? Who knows what went wrong there and what went right on my landing? Just favoured by the gods at that particular moment, I guess. Another town, not seeing any churches, not seeing any football fields. How can I even call you a Danish town? Oh, there is a church. Alright, we've got a church. Got a church, I'll allow it. You can call yourself a Danish town then. It was a close one though. We might have had to annex you. Might have had to kick you out of the Scandinavian Union. What are we looking at here? So we've done 6 minutes exactly of what will be 12 minutes almost exactly. 12 minutes 7 seconds, so halfway there. Where are we heading? Arriba. Arriba. We've got some more of these really dark green fields, a little bit different from some of the others. Must be either what they're planting or just the time of the year, maybe. They've just got more water on them compared to maybe some of the other photography taken at a different time of the year where it was a bit drier. I don't know. It'd be nice to know these things, but I don't. I'm kind of a student of every bloody discipline. I just love everything and learning, and that means I basically know a little bit about a lot of things, and a little bit of each thing is basically useless knowledge, so I probably just come across as a complete idiot to everyone of every discipline. Such is the way of being a generalist. I don't know how you could possibly specialise. I can't even grind a single game for more than a little while. You know, I have to play something else. You know, I watch these streamers that just sit there and all they do for the last 5 years, day in, day out, is play a single game for their community. I'm like, well, good on you. I appreciate the hustle, but wow, that's so boring. I need more stuff in my life. It's not to say I don't grind games. I mean, I've probably got, I don't know, hundreds of hours in this now. But yeah, not thousands of hours. That's where I think the longest I ever played a game was World of Warcraft, back when it started, for 2 or 3 years. I definitely played that most days. And I think I racked up 1,000 or so hours on that. But even then, I got bored of it eventually and haven't come back to it since. Probably easier when you're younger, I guess. As I've gotten older, you know, the more experiences you have, the more experiences you want. At least I do. I want to see new things. I want to feel new feelings. That's why I like this game so much. It's always new experiences. You're seeing different countries, different, you know, landscapes. I guess different challenges with the planes and whatnot, but I mean, that's not particularly challenging. They all basically fly the same way. They're all planes after all. At the end of the day, it's like cars. Yeah, sure, some cars are faster and smoother than others, but the controls are the same. Accelerate, brake, turn, you know. The rest is just finesse. What are we up to while I'm ranting about random shit? 9:36 of 12:7. Still, the Rover must be up here. The oldest city. Guess. No, I was going to say this. Well, we're having a few little towns here. Are they suburbs of Rover? But I'm not even seeing where this city could be. I guess this is it here. Again, there's something about the draw distance that has changed, I think, between versions of this simulation. Things, well, maybe it's just my old eyes. Things just don't seem to be appearing as quick as they used to. More wind turbines. They're bloody everywhere. Well, what have we got here? Are these fields or are these quarries or something? I think they might be quarries. They don't look like fields just in front of my nose now. Then, usually with quarries and things, I don't know what's going on with these colours and things anyway. Look at these strips of grey and beige, and it looks like you know, someone left some steel out and it's gone all rusty. Maybe it's a different kind of crop. One I wouldn't have a clue what that would be with those colours. Alright, I can see the city now, if you can call it that. It's more of a town. I think it may even have a church right there in the middle, which would make sense. Most old towns in Europe do. Build the church first, then build everything else around it. But will it have a football stadium? Or a football field? It's not so much the stadium, it's somewhere to play football. We shall find out. Survey says, I'm not, you know, seeing some fields, but not particularly football-sized ones. Look at this, oldest town in Scandinavia. And it's full of factories and warehouses. Big church in the middle. Beautiful little river with its bit of white water. Quite a cool. Two churches. Possibly a place to play football somewhere. We haven't found Reba FC, but we need to turn 3:30 for 7:24. Men at sea. 15.3 nautical miles to the northwest of Reba, you arrive at Men at Sea, a sculpture of 4 giant seated men looking out over the water at Denmark's southwest coast. Never heard of it. Interesting. Let's spend 7 minutes to go have a look at that. I'm all for it. Love this river. Love it. The algorithm has gotten confused with the white water, and it hasn't put it in as actual, water, algorithm water, which is fine by me. Another little town on the outskirts, little church again. Now we're again, I don't understand what's going on with this wind. We've turned around and facing the opposite direction to where we were before, and we're still having trouble. Alright, there we go, get back up to speed. You'd think the wind, maybe the wind just swirls around in Denmark. There aren't any sort of mountains and things to direct it in a certain direction, I guess. I'd have to look into it. I might look that up actually. It'd be interesting to know because, Sydney, for example, where I'm from, the winds in the morning come from the sea, but then by the evening, because of it's gone up along a flat plain, up with some mountains and then into things, quite often, especially in summer, that forms rain clouds, which then turns the wind around and it all rushes back the other way. So we're sort of used to easterly winds in the morning. Where I am here in France, there's either easterly winds or northerly winds, the Mistral or the Vent d'Est. Never anything else, so just the configuration of the mountains and where the sea is, it's either going one direction or it's going the other. Out over the water. Point our camera over here. Get a bit of the water, get a bit of the land, get a bit of the people, get a bit of the fields. A bit of everything, really. Dog's breakfast. Alright, we'll just, it's just getting back down to 2K height. Although now the plane wants to balloon into the sky a bit. There we go, that's a bit better. Where's this sculpture then? Another 4 minutes to go. Must be at the end of that peninsula over there. The plane is perfectly balanced right now. I'm touching nothing. And there's no wind, no nothing. We were even at zero. There we go, zero at vertical speed. Love it. Alright, cool. Big chimney stack at the end of that port there, or is that yet again another algorithm gone wild? Aliens attacking Denmark situation? Is it the Men at Sea sculpture? It does say 4 giant seated men. It doesn't say it's abstract or anything, so... Will it actually be rendered in as a 3D asset or not? Alright, we're at 446 of 730, so... It might actually be beyond this little town here. Little town actually looks like a big city. This big city here. I don't think that chimney there is correct. In the slightest, but hey, we'll enjoy it anyway. We'll just assume that this town, whatever it is, has a what would that be? 200 meter tall smokestack, whatever it is. Actually entering in as a what, a office building or something. Shit be whack, man. Shit be whack. Maybe it does. Maybe it has a giant, almost to, let's say, probably 1,500 feet tower here. You know, let's put it in as a an apartment block or something. There was one of those in Melbourne in the game that was, I think, 5,000 feet tall or something. Slight bug with the elevation data. There's a stadium there next to a church. Definitely a Danish town then. City, whatever it is. It's probably, I mean, we're heading to the next segment will be Esbjerg Airport. So this is probably Esbjerg. That must be Esbjerg FC's football stadium. And a little church next to it. We like that. We love that. We should be seeing this sculpture by now because we're about a minute away from turning. I'm not seeing anything particularly sculpture-like. Looking out over the water at Denmark's southwest coast. So that's the water southwest there. Little town. Is this an island? It's an actual island. Yeah. Yep, indeed. I want to see this sculpture. I assume if they've mentioned it, it's something that's actually been added to the game as a 3D asset. But I could be wrong about that. Are they? Oh, well, there we go. They must be here somewhere. We're already turning. I see no sculptures. Again, I feel like I'm missing out here. If it wasn't a bush trip, I would get into the drone and go find it. But I don't think I can do that in the bush trips. And if I do, it would probably fail it. So, alas, we haven't seen the men at sea. Tough shit. You can't do everything in life. Now we're going to Esbjerg, fly northeast for 5.4 nautical miles, and land at Esbjerg Airport, 64 degrees, for 2 minutes 35. So this is definitely Esbjerg. We now need to find the airport. It's a tarmac airport, surrounded by a bit of greenery. I think that must be it there. Can we see it on here? Yes, we can. There it is. We're probably about the right height already. We can go to this view. Let's head over here a bit. Just, you know, get ready to get our flaps down, I think. And then power forward if we're coming in too low. For once on this bush trip, will we actually come in too low and do it properly rather than having to drop out of the sky rapidly and then, you know, basically face plant on the ground. As has been my wont. Alright, let's get our flaps all the way down. Make sure they're down. They are definitely coming in too low, so we don't want to land on this lovely circular section of houses that are identical to each other. What's with that? Why do people always want to be exactly the same as everyone else? It's so weird to me. Then again, I guess I'm some kind of weirdo. Don't at me. How are we looking here? Not bad. Not bad, actually. Looking pretty good. Probably even go a little bit more power. We're not out of the white box yet. There we go. Looking alright. Looking alright. Can't really complain about this. Actually, maybe we're going a little bit fast now. Power down a little bit more. There we go. That's heaps better. Don't want to rip the flaps off while landing, and also don't want to be landing at fucking 850 knots. That would not be a good time. Floaty, floaty. Looking alright. Looking not too bad. Probably have to give her a bit of power when we get closer, but for now, as always, I prefer to be as low as possible. What's this? What's this? What's this noise? What's this noise out of my fucking headphones? What are you complaining about playing? Absolutely nothing to complain about here. Watch out, there's a power pole there though. Very nice of them to put those at the end of a runway. Float in. Let's just float in here. Coming in at a weird angle, but hey, I'll allow it. Start flaring a bit. Wash off our speed. Carefully, carefully. Come on, plane. You can. Come on, plane. Oh, I've still got power. I didn't. There we go. That's why. I was still had a bit of power in the engines. Didn't really need to do that. Could have been perfect, but we got there anyway. It's such a long runway, so it's not going to be a problem. We're gonna slam on the brakes. We have arrived at Esbjerg Airport. I hope you enjoyed your trip. Thank you so much. There it is. We're done. That was leg 3? Leg 3? 4? 3? I think it was 3. Thank you for watching. Thank you for existing. Au revoir. Goodbye.